Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Hall again on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Throwing is Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. The Jets at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Hall again on second down. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Wilson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Back to Mixon on second down. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup at 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is a guy carrying the ball. But how about the people up?
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. This straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Little tune, flow sinister. I'm a finisher. Many men gon' need ministers. I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'm a on them just like my keys. Drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential. Philosophies unidentical. I'm not in the year. My Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs. I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge. Stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat it.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now Wilson on first down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. They'll
run with Hall. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That'll go as a pickup of 8. The Jets at 2-0 here to begin the season. Off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
11 coming. 11 90. 11 90.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Dumps it off to Mixon. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
12.
Here's Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
11.
Burrow on play action. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. There's Wilson to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
11.
Again, it's Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window.
Here we go.
You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. But the Bengals had the remarkable run to the Super Bowl last year, but one team that gave them trouble were these New York Jets. You might remember back in Week 8, it was the Jets rallying behind backup Mike White, who threw for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns, and a 34-31 New York victory over the Bengals. Play action. It's Burrow. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Big Quinnen Williams continuing to improve in the middle of that line for New York. Had 13 sacks in his last 2 seasons, which is excellent for a defensive tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's got his big tight end here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
To throw again is Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go.
This time Burrow will look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go play action with Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 20.
She be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real Jersey. It's the first half and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I turn on my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor will cover my face. You see me working and working. I'm getting it done. But soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around in the Rams. My dog just called, say he finna touch down. Went down, hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it in. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now.
Can't believe that I'm really